Hi everyone, in this Framer tutorial we're going to create this great animation taking advantage of Framer's scroll variant feature. When a section is in the viewport, its icon from the icon stack takes its place, and we complete our animation with a 3D icon spin effect. You can find the links for both starter and finished files in the description below. So let's get started. We have this sticky positioned stack that contains an icons wrap frame and the material icon on a gradient background with some transform properties added like scale, rotate, perspective, etc. which we also added to the material icon itself, since we're gonna need when we animate it. And the card on the right, which has our text content. Let's create our icon stack. Before cloning the icon frame, we need to transform it so that we only need to change the icon later on. So I will select the icon frame and make its scale 0.6. Then I'll make sure 3D is selected next to rotate and enter 60 for X, minus 30 for Y, and 40 for Z rotation. Now to continue creating our icon stack, I can duplicate the icon frame and enter minus 25 for the bottom spacing. Basically, we're moving the clone up by 25 pixels. Then I will select the material icon and change it to auto motion. And I'll repeat the steps, duplicating the second icon frame, make its bottom spacing 0, and make its icon design services. And for the last icon, after duplicating the latest one, I will enter 25 for its bottom spacing and change its icon to sync. Now that we have all of our icons we need for our icon stack, we can select icons wrap and make it a component, right? In the component screen, I will create a new variant for our first section and name it variant 1.2, since I want variant 2 to have the icon for section 2. In the new variant, I will select the icon frame at top and center it horizontally. Then under transforms, I will enter 1 for its scale, and under rotate, I'll make its X rotation 70 degrees, enter 360 for its Y value, again 360 for its Z rotation. Then I will select the material icon and make its X rotation minus 90 degrees. Lastly, I will add a loop effect for the icon, and under 3D only make Y value 360 while making the other ones 0. Then to change the animation duration, I will click linear next to transition and enter 10 seconds for time. Now we can go back to home screen, and before adding scroll variant effect to the component and test it, I will select the card stack and enter simply 1 for its scroll section. Then I will add a scroll variant effect to the icons wrap component and make trigger section in view, viewport center. Section is gonna be 1 and 2 is gonna be variant 1.2, right? Let's test the effect, and it works perfectly, but after the animated icon takes its initial position, it disappears for a second, right? In order to fix it, we can go to the component screen. While the primary variant is selected, we can click spring next to transition and make bounce value 0. So let's test again. And it works perfectly, right? Now we can create other variants for our component. So in the component screen, I will duplicate the first variant, name it variant 2, since this is the variant that we're going to use for the second section. Then I will select second icon from the top, center it horizontally. Then we can simply copy the style of the icon in the previous variant, copy its style and paste it to the new one, right? Then we can select the material icon, make its X rotation minus 90 degrees, Then select the material icon in 1, 2, copy its effects, and paste it to the new one. I'm gonna repeat this process for the other icons. At the home screen, before adding other variants to the scroll variant effect, we need to create other cards and sections, right? So I'll create the card component. In the component screen, I will select headline, and under text on the right panel, clicking content, I'm gonna create a plain text variable and name it headline. Next, I will create the second variable we need in the card, which is the body text element, and click in content. This time, I'm gonna create a formatted text variable. Now we can go back to home screen, duplicate the card component, make its scroll section 2, and paste its headline and its text. I'll repeat the steps of duplicating the card, changing its scroll section, and the content, which I created with ChatGPT, to have all the sections we need. Lastly, we need to select section 1 for our Go to Top button. Now we can add other sections to our effect, right? So under scroll variant effect settings, first I'll select section 1 for variant 1, 2 again, since when we made our card component, it has been reset. Then I'll click add section, and thanks to our variant section naming, I'll just select section 2 for variant 2, 3 for 3, and so on. Lastly, I can add another section, and I will select a footer for the section and variant 1 for 2 to take the last icon to its original position while we scroll down to the very bottom. Now we can preview our completed effect, right? And we can see each section's icon takes its place with an awesome animation, and after that we make our animation even better with some icon rotation, right? I hope you liked the tutorial. If you want to see more, be sure to subscribe, turn the notifications on, check my other tutorials, and see you in the next one.